In a time where media availability is either happening through Zoom or not even at all, the Nebraska men's basketball team called for a press conference to make sure they're being heard. The Jim Egger Golf Course is one of 5 city courses. You can play it nestled in the heart of Lincoln, or you can play it in the comfort of your own home on the PGA 2K video game. We begin with breaking news out of the Nebraska women's basketball program today. Associate head coach Chuck Love has been suspended with pay effective immediately, and starter Ashley Scoggin is no longer on the roster. In a game Nebraska needed to win, they relied heavily on their downhill running game. The Huskers rushed for over 300 yards, with 7 running backs getting at least 1 carry. The former player is going against his former coach. Oh, and that head coach is riding the Arkansas ship that is college baseball's overall top seed. For the 2nd straight season, the team that's in the way of Nebraska getting to a Final Four is Texas. Fremont claims their first girls basketball title in school history. The difference maker, Taylor McCabe, Class A's all-time scoring leader, had a game-high 16 points. 9 of them came in the 2nd quarter. Moose has been quoted frequently saying that he plans to fulfill his contract. That's supposed to go through 2022. His last day is June 30th. Jazz Shelley's parents are running on adrenaline right now. They got in this morning after 30 hours of travel. The first person off the Black Shirts bus, defensive coordinator Eric Shenander. He's playing with a heavy heart as his father died in a car accident yesterday. How many games the Huskers are going to have to win to be able to keep first place? Do they go 3-1? Do they go 2-2? Going 4-0 helps immensely. It happened right at the goal line of the south end zone. Colin Miller, making a routine tackle, fell flat on his back and he didn't get back up. He was then carted off the field in a stretcher. Here at the House of Orange, and I want to bring in Beatrice's head coach, Jeff Keisher. And coach, you have your team sitting 4-0 right now. What is working for you guys? Nebraska Blackshirt Will Honus might not hit the field for his super senior season due to a leg injury. But instead of focusing on what he does on the field, what he does off of it is just as important through the Nebraska football road race. He's made a friendship and started a tradition that's going to include many Huskers to come. The pop of the gun and GBR chants. All familiar sounds of the Nebraska football road race.
I know what it's like to fight for this cause. Growing up, my mom was diagnosed with cancer and actually passed away, and it's not easy.
But this year's race had someone missing. Team Jack founder and lifelong Husker fan Andy Hoffman, who died earlier this year.
You know, Andy always said a drop in the bucket has a cumulative effect. So whether you're here supporting someone or running, it all really makes a difference.
The football team honored the Hoffmans and gave them their own framed jersey. Of the 750 runners and walkers, that included senior linebacker Will Honus and brain cancer survivor Andrew Burson. For the past 3 years, they've taken on the race together.
This event's always awesome, getting to see Andrew, and I try to reach out to him a couple times outside of this event a year. It really puts things in perspective. What he's been through is just crazy compared to me, and I can appreciate him.
He loves coming here for this pretty much because of Will, and so now Will's passing the torch, and so it'll be fun for many more years to come.
Honus won't be at Nebraska next year, so he's recruited freshman Nick Henrich to take over pushing Andrew.
When he asked me, I was just like, I mean, it means everything coming from him, because ever since I came here, Will's been a guy I really look up to. Andrew and I will be getting to know each other well these next couple years, and then we'll pass it on to another young guy when I'm old like Will. So.
10/11's Nicole Griffith takes us to the sky for this exclusive story on what goes into nailing the perfect flyover.
It's a flight that Husker Nation only sees for 5 seconds, but that's all that's needed to get the crowd going. This Army flyover crew consists of 17 members. Within that, there are some who are flying in their first ever flyover, and there's also a gentleman who is flying in his 5th, but it's also his last as he's retiring this January. There's also a married couple, and they're all seeing the Sea of Red from 500 feet up. 2 hours before kickoff, and the U.S. Army National Guard is briefing ahead of their only Nebraska football flyover for the season.
We just want to make sure that things are timed right and that it looks sharp and gives the fans what they want to get them pumped up.
Captain Joshua Pryor is flying one of the 3 Black Hawk helicopters. It's his first flyover, and his aircraft flies doors open.
You get a better view because otherwise it's just a tiny window.
The captain says the crew is selected by those who show initiative, volunteer, and go the extra mile when it's not needed.
2 years ago we did 2 aircraft, and I think we just wanted to give the opportunity to a few more people to be able to do it.
2 members include Sergeant First Class Linda James of Neely and Sergeant Andrew Evans of Waverly.
It's my first flyover. Very nervous.
The Wisconsin game in 2019, I was on the flyover for that one.
Just over an hour before kickoff, and it's wheels up for these 3 Blackhawks to get in position. Then they wait for the signal.
I talk to tower, talk to ground, make sure you're on time.
Our guys on the stadium that are actually singing to us over the radio and just helping us time it right, that we're crossing the stadium when Home of the Brave is sung.
I was an usher at the games when I was growing up, and so being able to see the flyover from the ground and then being able to do it in the air is a complete dream.
The crew is also recognized during the game.
Welcome to Memorial Stadium.
This day won't be forgotten since they had t-shirts made showcasing the 3 Blackhawks on the front and their names on the back. Reporting above Lincoln, Nicole Griffith, 1011 Now.